I'll now call on our great chairman, Walberg from Michigan, for his 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks for this hearing, and thanks, committee. Andy, it's great to see you back. It's always know that people can be elevated, and they're stolen from our committee, some of the best people, so good to have you back. Mr. Golumbic and Mr. Banducci, Mr. Bonham, employers voluntarily sponsor retirement plans, and in doing so, the employer commits to comply with the laws governing those plans. ERISA investigations also rely on the voluntary cooperation of the employer, although voluntary cooperation is not necessary. Now that the public has learned, and this is my question, since the public has learned that ERISA has secretly shared information with plaintiffs' attorneys, stacking the deck, how will employers' willingness to cooperate with ERISA's investigations change? Mr. Golumbic?
Thank you for that question. I think it's had a chilling effect in the cases that I'm involved in, where we're representing plan sponsors and fiduciaries in active Department of Labor investigations. There's a natural reluctance to produce information and to cooperate in the absence of any assurance that information that has been produced, that is designated as exempt under FOIA, will be treated that way. That did not happen in the lawsuit I was involved in.
Mr. Banducci?
I think from an employer standpoint, right, when we're on the other end of these audits or investigations, there's a desire to get to a resolution, and it's really hard to get to a resolution if you don't know exactly who's on the other side. Right? And so if it's a labor department, that's one thing, but if it's a labor department and then other attorneys and other law firms, I think that's even more challenging.
Okay. Mr. Bonham?
I hate to say this, but voluntary cooperation is imaginary. If you receive a letter from ERISA, you hire a lawyer and you respond. So ERISA's breach of trust in these agreements is actually increasing costs, not just for plan sponsors, but it's actually increasing cost for ERISA, because everybody lawyers up immediately. If there's no trust, there is no voluntary cooperation.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Golumbic, Banducci, and Bonham, a 2019 practical law publication titled Guide to Dealing with Department of Labor Investigations of Retirement Plans gives tips to reduce administrative burden, cost, and stress associated with ERISA investigations. In your experience, what is a ballpark range of the amount an employer spends when responding to and potentially defending against an ERISA investigation? Mr. Bonham, we'll start with you.
I would say the minimum expense is going to be in 6 figures. The high end of expense is going to be in multiple millions of dollars.
Banducci, so, give us better news.
I don't have better news, unfortunately. Obviously, it depends on the complexity of the investigation, how long it goes on. But if you're dealing with a very complex plan with very broad sort of fishing expedition type requests and scope, it's going to be very, very, very expensive.
Mr. Golumbic.
Yeah, I think the potential expenses and costs can be astronomical. You're going to be producing documents to the government, collecting those documents that could be in the millions. Often you need to get an electronic or e-discovery vendor to assist you. There's then going to be often interviews of key witnesses. As Mr. Bonham alluded to, that often you're almost invariably going to be hiring outside legal counsel to assist you in preparing for those interviews. And then the department may issue a preliminary findings letter that would result in putting together a response back, negotiations over a potential resolution. So the costs are going to be, they can be potentially catastrophic.
It's apparent in looking at least from my perspective, that something that's supposed to be a partnership to make sure that good is rewarded and bad is disciplined through the process the government has in oversight, has become one-sided in many ways. And ultimately cost and distrust and automatic assumption of guilt, one-sided, doesn't work. And I think that's, as I address the concerns of my colleagues on the other side, that's our concern, that the system works and choice is given, and opportunity is given, and ultimately costs aren't escalating because of this wrong-headed, one-sided, suspicious approach. Thank you. I yield back.